Hello, hi everyone, hi America. What's going on? How you doing this weekend? It's Memorial Day weekend, so yes, time to fire up the barbecue grills, and, um, invite friends over, have a couple of beers. I don't know, do whatever Americans do to celebrate, or go somewhere peaceful and reminisce about friends and loved ones that we've lost and through war in the past. So, my name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an American tutor. Today is May the 28th, 2023. The weather looks good. I'll be stepping out here in a little while to do a couple of things and, just take it from there. Let me start off with saying that I'm a picnic kind of guy. For years, I instead of having my lunch inside my studio where I live and everything else, I'll just pack my lunch. And there's a park 2 blocks away. Sometimes I'll just walk there. Other times I'm running an errand, so I'll just pack a lunch and take it with me. And as I'm out and about, I'll just go into a park. Find a park. So I've eaten my lunch. I've picnicked. I've had a picnic in most of the parks in this city. I really have, more than once too, like 5, 10 times. Over a couple of years. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and and of course I formulate my own categories. The parks, like, yeah, that's a good park. That's an okay park. Not enough trees in that park. And so, and I know the parks in the city. I really do know the parks. I've stopped, I go inside the park, I have my lunch, and I've done it, been to these parks more than once. So on that note, though, in Memorial Day weekend, my most favorite park, which I wish was closer to me, is a little bit of a ways, a little bit of a drive, but I still go there. I've been going there for a couple of years, and it's the Veterans Park over there by the base, and it's a big park. I love it. And it's not like a park like a city park. This is a Memorial Veterans Park. It's dedicated to veterans. So it is, but it is huge. It's massive, and every time I go there, there's hardly anyone ever there. I rarely run across people like that. We actually cross paths because it's such a big park. And not only is it a big park, but it has sidewalks and walls and curves and plants and dedications everywhere in this park. So if you start walking, or if I start walking down the sidewalk, I turn the corner and it's a whole new thing. It's a whole new situation, a new dedication, more, there's statements on the wall, on the bricks, everywhere. It's all dedicated to veterans that passed in the past. Unfortunately, so it almost kind of feels like a cemetery, but it's not a cemetery because of the lack of people there and the serenity there and just the calmness and how quiet it is. It just I love it, man. I go there when I have the opportunity. I love going to that park and hanging out, and having lunch. There's all kinds of benches and places to hang out and sit down and have lunch. It's a lot of shaded trees, a lot of trees providing a lot of shade. It is just magnificent, of a park. And so I just have to acknowledge that. I don't know, there's probably other, if you haven't visited maybe your memorial or veterans park in your city, maybe there's something there. It's a hidden gem. I think it's a hidden gem or a diamond that's in, like, stashed. Because there's really no one ever really there. I don't know, I'm there, I'm like the only guy parked in this big parking lot. This beautiful, beautiful park. Um, and I enjoy being there. Very serene. Uh, this is not my first. This is the first time I've talked about the park in video, but making Memorial Day weekend videos this is not my first one. I've done them in the past. I've made them in the past, and I truly do acknowledge, all the veterans in America that have gone to fight for this country, to fight for our freedoms. I salute you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your commitment. I'm with you. That is good stuff. I'm not against you. And so, that's, and of course that park is all about the people of past, that just did not make it. That's one of the parts of the plan in the American Tier overall massive plan that we have. There's a section carved out for veterans, like with health care, transportation, food, things like that, that will help the elderly, the older veterans, get through their daily lives. A lot of them are still struggling. A lot of them still have a lot of health care, a lot of health issues, and they need care. And sometimes a lot of facilities, I don't know which ones, but across this nation just can't provide that kind of workforce, to take it all in and to be able to divvy it out, to work it out. It seems like if a veteran wants to make an appointment to go see a doctor at one of the veteran hospitals, and it's pretty much for free, they're like booking them like 3 months in advance, 6 months in some cases. Like, yeah, you come in, we're setting you up for 6 months. You're like on the phone with them thinking like, 6 months, to see a doctor. I could be dead by then. And maybe that's just the evil game plan, that's brewing in that higher political arena, but that's not part of the American Tier plan. It's to provide solutions and to be as helpful as possible. I personally think that the VHWs across America are just a wealth of information. That's what I think personally. Like, they are some knowledgeable men and women who have served in, for our country, who are older veterans, who go, to this VHW every day and meet up with other veterans, just I'm sure they're not always reminiscing about the war, but it's just that human contact, that friendship, of maintaining, that daily structure of life, it gives you something that gives them something to look forward to, because only that, but there's usually, for the most part, they have a free lunch, like a buffet kind of setup, for these veterans that go there. And most of these VHWs kind of serve a free lunch. So, these veterans congregate together, they meet up there, they might, have beer or coffee or tea, I don't know, and have lunch and talk, congregate, have conversations, and I just want to be in there. I want to be in on that. I want to ask questions. I'm sure, like I said, there's a wealth of information in the VHWs that we can gather as American Tears uh, and move forward because these people, they've been out in the trenches. They fought for our freedom. They have a different perspective of America and Americans. And I'm always eager to hear from them. I salute veterans in America, for serving. So with that being said, I'll just leave it at that. I mean, because it's just a beautiful thing. These are beautiful people, have done great things for us, and they should be acknowledged for it. That's it. I mean, really. So do your part if you can. Do the right thing if you can. And we'll grow together as a country. We can unite together as a country, even the veterans. I'm sure they want to serve still with America and American Tears. They just don't know about it yet. But so we need to go talk to them about the American Tear movement. Get them revved up, motivated to stand up for freedom. They don't have to fight for freedom anymore. But I could use, their strength is just I mean, if they got together and had a voice, it would be unstoppable, the way I see it. I mean, it would just, who's going to go and, fight with these people, fight with veterans? No one wants to do that. So, anyways, thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always. Have an excellent day, and we'll talk more later, okay? Peace, love, see ya.